Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of Above Average Coaching, and we're in our series of Enjoyably Average. Today we're going to be having a look at the incredible game of cricket. So cricket is played on an oval field, and in the middle of the field is the pitch. And on the pitch there's two sets of wickets which are 22 yards apart. The wickets are made of 3 stumps and 2 bails. Cricket is made up of 2 teams of 11 players. One team will be the batsman, the other team will be out in the field as the fielders. At any given time, 2 batsmen will be on the pitch and they'll be facing balls which will be bowled by the bowler. The batsman will try and hit these balls in order to gain as many runs as possible. So, how do you score runs? So there's 2 ways to score runs. The first way is you hit the ball so hard that it goes over the boundary. If it goes along the ground or bounces, that'll be 4 runs, and if it's in the air and doesn't bounce and goes over the boundary, that'll be 6 runs. The other way to score runs is if the batsman hits the ball while the fielders are trying to regather and recollect the ball. The batsman can cross sides, and only once they've made it across to the opposite sides, where the opposite wickets are, that'll be counted as 1 run. Now, the object of the batsman is to try and get as many runs as they can, whereas with the fielders, what they're trying to do is restrict the amount of runs that the batsmen are scoring. They can do this by taking wickets, making catches, and stopping the ball going for boundaries. So how do you take wickets? Very good question. So there's 11 ways which you can take a wicket, but we're just going to focus in on 4. So the first one is if the bowler bowls the ball and the batsman misses it or deflects it and it knocks over the wickets or knocks the bails off the wickets. So that is called bowled. The second way is if the bowler bowls it, the batsman plays a shot and it is caught without a bounce by one of the fielders or the batsman or the wicket keeper. The third way is called leg before, and it's just that. If the bowler bowls the ball and the batsman's leg gets in the way of the ball knocking into the wickets without him hitting it with his bat, then he's also given out. And the last way, which we're going to focus on, is run out. So if the batsman plays the ball and the batsmen are trying to cross sides, but before they get to the opposite sides, one of the fielders throws the ball and it knocks over the stumps, they'll be given out, and that is known as run out. So once all the batsmen have been either run out, caught, bowled, or given LBW, they'll now switch sides. So the guys who are batting will now go and field and try and restrict the guys who were previously bowling to score less runs than they did. So how you win the game is basically if you score more runs than the other team did. Right, so there's 3 different aspects of cricket that we're going to have a look at today: bowling, batting, and fielding. Stay tuned, let's find out how. So that's where we're going. As the bowlers, we want to try and knock over the stumps of the batsmen to try and get them out. Bowling, more affectionately known as rolling the arm over, involves bowling the ball to try and knock the wickets over of the batsman, or bowl it in a way that they may hit it to one of your fielders. So, how do we do that? So, there's 2 different kinds of bowlers, basically, generally speaking. So there's guys who bowl pace, or quick, or seam-up balls, and guys who try and spin it to deceive the batsman. So if you're a fast bowler, I was a fast bowler, I generally take 12 big steps as my run-up, and so after I'm there, I'm now running in. And so what are the other aspects of bowling? So we've got our run-up sorted, 12 steps or so. Now we need to get ready to bowl the ball. So how do we do that? We need to have a gather where we get ready. You know, it's like I don't know if you guys have ever coiled up a spring and then let it go. That's the same sort of idea you want to be looking at. So as the bowler, you want to coil up in a spring to try and release the ball as fast as you can. So you've got 2 incredible arms, the first one, you want to aim where you want the ball to go. So for me, I'm going to aim it straight at the stumps. So straight at the stumps, right where I want to go. My next, I'm trying to get as side on as possible. That way I'll be able to bowl as consistently straight every time. So I know I just get completely side on to the ball. My arm is pointing where I want the ball to go, and then I pull down. I pull down on this, and that just pulls my arm over. So another thing to increase your accuracy as a bowler is you need to watch the whole time where you want the ball to bounce. So I'm going to be looking at those stumps over there, and I'm going to have my left arm pointed right at the stumps. I'm going to have my head watching the stumps as well for my whole run-up. So I'm running up, I jump, I'm now in my gather, I land, open up, pull down, and bowl like that. Always watching where I want the ball to go. So those are the incredible basics. Let's have a run through and see how we get on. Okay, run up, looking good. Let's see how it goes. Now, as a spin bowler, your run-up won't be as long because you aren't trying to get the batsman out with speed, you're rather trying to deceive him with a bit of turn. So the two general types of spin are off spin, which starts on the batsman's side and turns in towards him. So this is very good if you're trying to bowl the batsman out. And then leg spin, which starts on this side of this is with the right-handed batsman. Starts on this side of him and then turns away. So generally for both of these, instead of a 12-step run-up like a quick bowler, you'll take 4 or 5 steps. When I bowled spin, I was just a simple 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your run-up is a little bit slower, but the gather and collect and jump, and your arm is also still trying to go straight for where you want the ball to go. So if you're an off spinner, instead of aiming for the stumps, you'll just aim a little bit to the left so that it can bounce and then turn into the stumps. So let's have a go. Let's see how our off spin is. So I've got my 4 steps. I'm going to have the same gather, same arm pulling down. I'm going to be looking where I want the ball to go. I'm going to release the ball at 12 o'clock on our imaginary clock over here, or 12 o'clock or just after, towards 1 o'clock, maybe 12:30 if you're getting specific. And so yeah, let's see how it goes. I'm going to try and bowl to those wickets there. Ooh, a bit of turn and bite there. Let's see what you guys make of it. So now that we've sorted the bowling side of things, let's talk about the batting. So I have with me a cricket bat, and this is a very, very good piece of English willow. Man, it doesn't get much better than this. You can smell the linseed oil just coming with it. So let's talk about this bat. So we have one here, the handle, and this is usually housed by a grip, but my grip is pretty shocking at the moment. This is the face of the bat. On the back is the spine, and these are the 2 shoulders. As the batsman, you want to be hitting the ball in this area because that's where your bat is the thickest, and that's where you're going to find the most power from your weapon. So now, how do we wield this guy? So how I've always been taught is you just take the 2 V's on the back of your hand. So when you put your hands together, you make 2 V's with your fingers and thumbs, and if you want those running down, apologize for the doggos, you want those running down the back side of the bat, just on the left or between the shoulder and the spine. If you can get your 2 V's running down there, you're in good shape. Right hand at the bottom, left hand on top. From there, you can play any shot in the book. Okay, so how do we stand and hold this bat? So I'm just going to stand over here, feet shoulder width apart, looking very easy, nice and chilled. When the bowler is getting ready, 2 taps or 3 taps, whatever you want, knees slightly bent, head watching the ball. if you've got your eyes straight and your head watching the ball, you'll never miss it. And from here you can play any shot. So going forward on the front foot, we've got the drive, which is you just lean with your front foot, or you lean with your head and your front foot lands to keep you stable, and then from there you just swing through. You want to keep this shape, it's like a number 9 with the bat involved. If you can keep that shape on any drives that you hit, man, it'll be looking very, very good. So that's the front foot. So you've got the straight drive, you've got the cover drive, and then obviously you can have an on drive where you drive, the ball's coming towards your legs a bit more, then you lean in and play it like that on that side of the wicket. So that'll be your leg side of the wicket. This side is your off side. And then from there, if the bowler brings the ball back so it bounces a bit higher, you've got some back foot shots. So you can play a back foot drive, you can play it cut, it's a bit wider. You can swing around, keeping this nice number 9 shape. And then if the bowler's aiming for your ribs, especially as some very unkind bowlers sometimes do, you can go and you can hook it. So as soon as it comes, you keep your head watching it, and then you just swing through it. Lift him up in the air, hit him for 6. He won't be bowling at your ribs again. If you have any questions about batting or the technique, I'm hopefully going to do 2 more videos into all the different balls that you can bowl, in swinger, away swinger, leg cutters, all that stuff, and then tackle a few more. So with that as well, we'll do a batting one where we tackle all the shots individually and how to play them. But so far, if you want to be enjoyably average and enjoy the game, head still, hands together, watching the ball, and then just swing through it. Lean with your head and swing through it. So that's it from batting. If you have any questions, chuck them in the comments. Let's move on to fielding. So the last part of cricket that we need to talk about is fielding, because you aren't always batting or bowling. In my first year playing first team cricket, I was a designated fielder, so to speak. Batted low down the order, bowled maybe if someone got injured, but otherwise I was there to field. And so that may happen to you. Don't be despondent, don't get sad about it, it's a treat. And then when your coming of age happens and you get to open the bowling or open the batting, it's worth it. It's so worth the wait. So now if we're going to be good fielders, there's 2 things that we need to know. The ball may come to us in the air, or it may come on the ground. If it comes in the air, there's 2 different methods to catch the ball. There's the Australian method, which involves catching the ball with your palms up to the sky like this, and then the English method, where you get your palms underneath the ball and receive it like that. These are particularly good for high catches. So you watch the ball, keep your eyes on the ball the whole time, and bring it down with your hands, with the English method, and the same with the Australian method. So I'm just going to throw the ball into this very nice net over here. So let's go for the English method first. Nice and easy, nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. Okay, let's go for the Australian method. Oh, easy game. Easy game. Okay, now as a fielder, the ball's also going to come to you on the ground if the batsmen are being clever and not wanting to throw away their wickets and hit it in the air. There's one very, very simple technique to stopping this ball, and that is affectionately known as the long barrier. So how do you make it? Ooh, I don't know if you can see that. The long barrier. How do we do this? So let's get into it. The technique for the long barrier is as the ball is coming towards you, you turn your leg out like this. Drop onto your knee, and now you've got a long barrier over here to stop the ball in. So it's a very simple, easy method, and if you misjudge the ball, it can just bounce off your leg or hit your foot, and it won't go past you. Everyone happy? Let's give it a go. Easy stuff. Guys, if you have any more questions about cricket, don't hesitate to comment them down, send them through. I'll try to get my best answers out to all of you, or if you have any other sports for me to try, stay tuned. Hopefully tomorrow we'll drop one on weightlifting and resistance training. So yeah, let me know how it goes. Hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching.